Hi, welcome to Jen's Daily Dish, where I bake things on camera for the very first time so you can bake along with me and learn from my mistakes. Today we're making a South Shore bar pizza. This was founded in the South Shore of Massachusetts, and the pizza has a lot of cheese on top and it makes very crusty edges. It's typically round. Certainly, I have made pizza before, different types, but this one's going to be a little bit different. So let's give it a try and see what we think. It also has white cheddar cheese in it, along with mozzarella and some Parmesan, so adds a little bit of different flavor. I might be adding some pepperoni on top as well, so feel free to think through if you want to add toppings on or just leave it as a cheese pizza. This recipe comes together quickly, but has a few resting periods, including overnight, to really get that gluten going in the dough. And it's going to make for a really nice, chewy crust. And we're making it in the food processor, so blender, day off today. I was inspired by this recipe for this song in particular. Though I have made pizza before, I've not made this one at all. Will it be cheesy? Will it be great? Here's what I think it'll be. How can it not be great? It's got cheese and then more cheese. I mean, come on, it's made to please. It's got cheese and more cheese. Flour. A little bit of sugar. Yeast. Pulse to combine. Butter, olive oil. Mix for about 30 seconds. Add your water and then let it mix for about 10 to 15 seconds. Let the dough sit in your food processor for about 15 minutes. Now that it's rested, add salt, and then we're going to mix it for another 15 to 30 seconds. Note, it is interesting that we are putting the salt in at this stage. I am not used to that. You want to make sure that the dough is smooth and supple, which it is. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into a lightly oiled bowl. Feel free to knead it a little bit if you need to, but I think it's good and ready to go. Cover and let rest for about 90 minutes until it's smooth and puffy. It got very puffy. Go ahead and move it to a work surface. I just put some plastic wrap down. We're going to split this in two. Take your pieces of dough and we're going to get this into a nice tight ball here. So I'm just going to keep folding it over like this onto itself. This looks like this is what I've got. Nice ball. Go ahead and place this in a lightly oiled bowl. We're going to cover this and keep this in the refrigerator for 18 hours or up to 48 hours. Do the same with the other as well. Now that your dough has been in the refrigerator for up to 2 days, let it get to room temperature for about 30 to 45 minutes before you want to start the next step. Take your two 12-inch pizza pans or your two 9x13 pans, or I think really you could combine the dough and make this on a full cookie sheet. But you're going to grease the heck out of this. I used coconut oil. You can use shortening. This is what the recipe calls for, so it'll be interesting to see how this crust turns out. It should be pretty crispy, I would think. Take your dough ball, place it in the center, add about half a teaspoon of oil on top. And we're going to go ahead and work that in and press it and shape it so that we can get this to the sides of the pan. If you're noticing that your dough doesn't want to go to the edges, let it rest for about an additional 10 minutes and then try again. The gluten needs a moment to have a rest. Cover and let rest at room temperature for about 60 to 90 minutes until it's nice and puffy. We have our cheddar cheese. Add your mozzarella to it. Mix together. half hour before you're ready to bake your pizzas, preheat your oven to 500 or 550 degrees and get a pizza stone if you have one ready to go. Using a jarred sauce or freshly made sauce, go ahead and put about a half a cup on top of the pizza. You're gonna get it all the way to the edges. Take half of your cheese and spread it on your pizza again to the edges best you can. Take about a quarter cup of your Parmesan cheese and spread that on top as well. Drizzle with a little bit of olive oil on top of the pizza. This goes in the oven in 2 phases. The first for 8 to 10 minutes on top of your pizza stone if you have one. And then we take it out. And then we take it off of the pizza pan back into the oven for another few minutes on the pizza stone itself. And then out it comes and we eat it. It's looking very bubbly and hot. Ooh! Oh my. All right, we're gonna take the pizza off of the pizza pan and put it onto the pizza stone that we have here. Best I possibly can. Oh, it looks like it just might slide right off. Look at that. All right, another 2 to 4 minutes on the pizza stone. All right, let's take it out. Oh my, it's looking great. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Okay. Transfer this to a wire rack to cool just a little bit, maybe for about 5 minutes, and then we dig in. Look at this South Shore bar pizza. You can see how thin the crust is. It looks great. It got really crispy on the edges. Let's give it a bite. This is a great thin crust pizza. So good. The crust is good, the sauce, the different cheeses, the cheddar with the mozzarella. Fantastic. Yum. If I can make this South Shore bar pizza for the very first time with you watching me every step of the way, you can too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep those recipe requests coming, and check me out on Instagram for so much more.